Welcome to this week's Rogers McHugh YouTube video. In this week's episode, I'm going to show you how to get a mentor for £20 or less a month. Let's go! Welcome to this week's Rogers McHugh YouTube video. So, in this week's episode, it's all about having a mentor and enabling you to develop personally, professionally, and improve on yourself and yourself individually. So, people think that if you're going to get a mentor, it's quite an expensive task. I would always suggest that working with mentors and peers that are outside of your business is a very valuable thing to do. And that's something that I actively try and do because I want to constantly be improving. I want to be able to swipe and deploy other people's ideas into the business. And this week I'm talking about how to get a mentor. Now, whether you're a business owner or whether you're running a desk, it's always important to try and improve and earn more, increase your earning potential, both personally and obviously professionally as well. Predominantly we're going to be talking about professionally this week and how you can improve your skills and your knowledge and build up that. And I'm going to tell you how to do it in a really cheap way for less than £20 a month, because people do think that getting mentors is expensive. So you'll often hear, learn from your mistakes. I think that's a load of tosh, to be quite honest. I want to learn from other people's mistakes. I don't want to learn from mistakes that I make myself. Would you rather, if you're a business owner, go bust and learn from the process of going bust, or would you rather learn from somebody else who's gone bust? Well, I know what I'd rather do. So stand on the shoulders of giants and really go and reach for your goals and learn from people and their mistakes. So how do you get a mentor for less than £20 a month? Dead simple, reading. So there's some books that I'm going to recommend now that I think everybody should certainly have a look at across various different sort of business type genres. So the first one is Sell It Like Serhant. Now, Ryan Serhant is a real estate broker in New York. He's now a business owner. He owns his own brokerage out there. And Sell It Like Serhant's a really good book to teach you some different sort of skills around the sales process and how you can secure some big clients and put the right amount of effort in the right areas to secure some big clients. So if you're in any kind of sales role, I would massively give a shout out to Sell It Like Serhant and the book that is by Ryan Serhant himself. In terms of recruitment, there's a couple that I want to recommend. The first one is The Savage Truth by Greg Savage. He has got a new book out. I've not yet read that, but I am at a seminar with him in a couple of weeks' time, which I'm really excited and looking forward to. He's coming over to the UK. And the second one is The Real Deal by James Caan, who obviously went from effectively recruitment consultant right the way through to recruitment business owner. And it charts his journey. It's a little bit more about his life, but there's a lot of learnings. It's quite an old book as well, in fairness now, but there is still a lot of learnings that you can take from that. And a lot of the sort of processes really are still relevant in today's market as they were when James started getting going. So if you're in recruitment and you want to hone up on your skills, The Savage Truth and The Real Deal are definitely worth a look. And then in terms of business, there's a couple that I'd recommend. The first one is The Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger, who's the CEO, or was the CEO, and is now the CEO again of Disney. And it charts his sort of career really from sort of getting the opportunity to work with Disney. Bob Iger was in charge of Disney at quite a crucial time because they were struggling, and it was around that time that they had to start looking externally at other businesses in order to grow. And it was under Bob Iger's watch in his first term with Disney where they purchased Pixar which includes the likes of Toy Story, and they were really struggling to compete with Pixar under Steve Jobs, and they purchased Pixar from Steve Jobs, and it obviously then skyrocketed Disney and put them back on the right path. But well worth a read. And the second one is Richard Branson's autobiography. Again, he may not be for everybody, but some of the things that he's done, fantastic. He looks at industries where he feels that they can make a difference and they can improve service, and he runs with it, and he partners with experts within their field in order to get the businesses set up. And you know, he also talks about some of the ventures that he started that weren't quite successful, the likes of Virgin Cola as an example, that if you go to the supermarkets you probably won't see on the shelves anymore, but I certainly remember seeing on the shelves when I was growing up. So in order to get a mentor, you don't necessarily need to be paying out thousands of pounds. If you could get one book a month around your specialist subject or around business in general or personal development, then absolutely spend £20 as a maximum on that book, digest it, spend a month reading it, take all the learnings from it, move on to a new book the following month. Then for £20 a month you're getting some great learnings. You're not paying an arm and a leg for a mentor, but it can really give you some good strong ideas that you can swipe and deploy either into your role in the business that you work in, or into your business if you actually own the business yourself. So I'd highly recommend that. I must admit there's one book that I've not recommended that I see a lot of people recommending, and that's Shoe Dog, which is the story of Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. That is on my to-do list, so I will come back to you on that, but I wanted to mention it because I do see that getting a lot of recommendations, so it is on my watch list and I will be reading it soon. But that's how you can get a mentor for £20 or less a month. I'd certainly take it on board, and if you don't like reading, you can always get the Audible app. You can put it on in the car, you can put it on in bed of an evening, you can put it on while you're making the tea, and absorb all those learnings, because nobody's the finished article. Nobody wants to learn from their own mistakes. Go and learn from other people's mistakes. Go and take all the learnings that you can from successful people. Take it all on board and really use that to drive yourself forward. So that's this week's video, how to get a mentor for £20 or less a month. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any other recommendations yourself, please leave them in the comments, because I'm always looking for decent recommendations. So please do put them in the comments. Most importantly this week, if you could please subscribe to the channel, because we're massively trying to increase the subscriber base at the minute. The YouTube algorithms love subscribers, and we're trying to get these videos out there to the masses at the minute. So please do go out there, subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified every time we release a new video, and we'll see you with the next one next week. See you then. Bye bye.